Hello, I'm Reading Evie, and I'm gonna talk about the ghosts and the Mountain Man. The Muffin Man. Just kidding. The Ghost and the Mountain Man by Bobbi Holmes. 27 of Haunting Danielle. I've got like 9 or 10 more left. So close. I'm kind of gonna be sad when I finish. I think I said that last time, but oh well. Life is about to change for Brian Henderson now that he knows the secrets of Beach Drive. Unbeknownst to Brian and the others, they have brought something else home with them after their misadventure in the forest. The spirit of a mountain man has followed them to Frederickport with a secret of his own. Dun dun dun. Okay, there's a new character, Jenny Thomas. She donated a bunch of old newspapers to the museum. Walt knew her family back in the day. That was about it. Excuse me. We'll see her. Do we see her this one? Yeah. Yeah, okay. So we hear about her in this book, and then also the one I'm on now, which is The Ghost of the Birthday Boy. But anyways. So she's a new townie. Welcome. A ghost came to Danny's front door looking for an Alex and an Anna. Interesting. Who the heck is Alex and Anna? Stay tuned to find out. For it being the 27th book, Danny still acts surprised when she sees a ghost. It's like she forgets she has that ability. She's had it for all her life. Over 30 years. She should be used to this by now. Oh well. Because she, like I said, she saw the ghost, come to her front door. She obviously didn't know it was a ghost at first. But Brian was dropping off Evan, and Brian didn't see the ghost, and she was like, what? She's like, you didn't see that man right there? It's like, oh God. Blaze. But Evan saw him. And then, I said Brian. I meant the chief, not Brian. I don't know why Brian would be having the chief's son, but oh well. No, the chief didn't see him, but his son Evan did. And I'm like, does that not clue you in on anything? Whatever, I guess. The ghost is the same one they saw in the woods. This book starts off the next day after the last book, which was about a week after the kidnapping. So, it's no time jump there. No time. Walt's parents' names are Anna and Alex, but yet Danny remembered that before Walt did. Odd. Oh well. A fire killed Walt's parents when he was 5. Supposedly, a heater exploded while at a friend's house, which they died too. Wonder if it's this mountain man. It is Teddy. It is not. Spoiler alert, it was not Teddy. But this mountain... Oh. No. The man of the house, whatever, was Teddy. He also had a wife named Maddie who was sick, but Teddy wasn't there at the time. So the mountain man is somebody else. Not Teddy. Teddy is the owner, and then Maddie was the one sick, and Walt's parents were visiting Maddie, taking care of her a lot, or at least the mom was. So they were there, and the fire killed them all. But where the heck was Teddy, the husband? Dun dun dun. Oh God, Joe proposed to Kelly. Ugh, I don't like Kelly. She started off as just a normal, regular character. Kind of like the townies, I guess. Even though she wasn't a townie. Still isn't. I don't know where she lives, but all. And it was just like, now she is annoying. I don't like her. Some of the things she says and does is understandable. Her constant run-ins with the ghost and then involving her nephew. Understandable. Like it wasn't this book, I don't think. I think it was the last one. She, locked Sadie out of the room while she was babysitting. And they were not happy about it, but, I get it. And they came around. They were like, yeah, it's not like she understands, about the ghost and all that crap. So, nobody knows that Walt talked to Sadie and, all that good stuff. So Sadie would never hurt the baby. Well, she doesn't know that. I get it. I wouldn't leave a dog alone with the baby either. You know, especially not one I was babysitting. But, it's just like, Other things, though, she's annoying. She needs to shut up. It's like, mind your own business. Teddy states that Alex killed him. I wonder if that's true or if it's a mistaken idea. So this, I said Teddy, but it's not Teddy. It's actually Bud. Bud said that Alex killed him. The mountain man turned out to be Bud, who was their friends. Alex. Alex, Anna, and Teddy's friend, and Maddie's. It was Bud's house, not Teddy's, that burned down, which means he's the ghost. And Walt's unofficial uncle. So I forgot, yeah, Teddy wasn't the owner of that house. It was Bud's house. Wait, why was Maddie in Bud's house? Yeah, whatever. Because Maddie was, like, pretty sick. Like, basically deathbed sick. So, I don't know. Oh well. Whatever. He's the ghost and Walt's unofficial uncle. Corey, we meet a new character, Corey. Jenny's neighbor is a weirdo. Danny and Will went to visit her for something and they couldn't find her, but Corey opened a door from the basement with an axe in his hand and made jokes about using it on Danny. There was also like some red paint on it too that made it look like blood. So I'm like, what a weirdo. Why would you even joke like that? To a stranger at least. I'd make that joke towards my husband, but you know, whatever. Apparently Corey is Bill's nephew. Bill, we know, he's Adam's friend and handyman basically for the company. So, like, not an official handyman. I think it's just like more of an independent contract work thing. Whatever. He's the handyman. He's the one that broke into the Marlowe house in the first book with Adam. What a long way they've come. Heather is starting sourdough and naming it Harvey. Apparently people name their sourdough, and I don't know how true that is, but she's naming it Harvey in honor of, well, Harvey, the ghost. Sounds like Corey is a medium? Question mark, question mark. It seemed like he was talking to a girl named Caitlin. She died when she was like a kid, like 17, 18-ish. More 16 to 17, I would say, actually. It seemed like they were conversing with each other. And even had a dream hop with each other. So, poor Jenny had stuff thrown at her by Caitlin the ghost, and it seemed like Heather did it. Was not a good look. She did not like Heather after that. It didn't help that Heather went to Jenny's house to help Caitlin move on, and Caitlin was not ecstatic about that. She kept going on about some treasure and that Heather was after her treasure or whatever. I guess more lost treasure to be found. So many of those. Basically just yet another one of those. Anyways. So, yeah, she was at Jenny's house, and while Jenny was into the bathroom, Caitlin knocked a bookshelf onto Heather, or at least almost hit her with the bookshelf. And so it didn't help that Jenny thought that Heather, like, knocked it over, because obviously she doesn't know about ghosts. And then the next day, being thrown at, or having stuff thrown at you. It's like, Teddy killed his first and second wife. Thanks. Maddie, Teddy's wife, wasn't interested in him, and he wasn't interested in her, but she wasn't getting Bud's attention, who she was interested in, and got an inheritance from her parents' death. Everyone has an inheritance in these books. I wish I could move to Frederickport, even though it's not real, because maybe I would get an inheritance from somebody. Teddy blew through it immediately. I had wondered if Teddy was making Maddie sick, but that was never said, so I think she just was really sick. That's odd. Corey can see Caitlin, but not Bud. Maybe he really can't see ghosts then. He can't. So the main group started, I guess I could just say this. He just overheard the group going back to the mountains per Bud's request to find his body to be buried properly. So then there was a story about Caitlin's great uncle Bud, who mined gold and hid it later, so Corey was thinking they were looking for that too. And the dream hop was real, but he just thought he was having a dream of her. And so everything else, it just made it seem like she was talking to him, and she was, but he couldn't hear that. So, and they never did find the gold nugget, I don't think. No, Caitlin originally had one of them, but her mom gave it to the museum or charity, one of those two, after she passed. So Corey was fine. He just got escorted back out so that they could talk to the ghosts, Caitlin and Bud, because they were all starting to fight there. Caitlin was. She was not really a good kid, but oh well. Whatever. Teddy killed everyone. Crazy. He pushed Walt's mom and then suffocated Maddie. And then he pushed Alex, but he only got knocked out. And so Teddy lit the fire to kill them. Crazy guy. Walt got a dream hop with his parents, and they said Danny's pregnant. Yay! They met the child already. So I thought that was also all my notes on this book. So I thought the next book was going to be more about Danny's pregnancy, but she still hasn't gotten tested. I'm like, I don't know what her holdup is. I'm like halfway, I think, through the book. Oh, my phone's right here. I was looking for my phone to look how far I was, but I don't remember how far I was. Anyways, and she still hasn't gotten tested. I'm like, So this ending just kind of sucks, given the book now, the next book. The follow-up sucks. That's what sucks. But anyways, that is my notes on The Ghost and the Mountain Man. The Muffin Man. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man. Or do you know the Mountain Man? Anyways, let me know what you thought. Bye. The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man.